From attempting 75 hard, I see it differently. We're going on our walk. Day 1 of 75 hard. We're doing the thing. So tracking it really put things into perspective for me. No rest days. Am I going to do 75 hard again? Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. We're talking about 75 hard today. I did 75 hard last year, sort of. I attempted it. I got about 3 weeks in, and I'll go into all the details as to why I stopped, did not continue, didn't restart, and answering the question that a lot of you might have is if I'll be doing 75 hard again. But first off, I just want to say this feels really weird to film right now. I haven't filmed in a while. I've posted videos recently, but today's April 26th, and the last time I filmed a video was March 22nd. I believe it should be my last video, the cleaning video of me surprising my parents with the clean house. The last day of filming that was March 22nd, so April 26th is a big jump. Like, it kind of feels weird to be filming, but for those of you who don't know what 75 hard is, it is this challenge that you do for 75 days, and I'll read off what the tasks are that you're supposed to do every single day for 75 days, no rest days, 2 45-minute workouts, and one of them has to be outside, follow a diet, any diet, no alcohol or cheat meals, you have to drink 1 gallon of water a day, read 10 pages of a non-fiction book, it cannot be audiobooks, and take a progress picture every single day. So some people do their own little variant of 75 hard because not everyone feels like they can do that, and it sort of is funny when I initially think of that. I'm like, well, if you think you can't do that, that's kind of the point. It's supposed to challenge you. It's not supposed to be something you think is really sustainable. That's kind, that really is kind of the point of it, is it's not really supposed to be that realistic because it is supposed to be challenging. However, from attempting 75 hard, I see it differently. You really do have to make it at least somewhat realistic for you because everyone's lives are different. Everyone's got different things going on. Some people do this when they're my age, 20. Some people do this as a mom, as a new mom, a mom with 5 kids. I don't know. Okay, if the camera moved a little bit, it's because my camera battery really interrupted me by dying. So I had to fix it. That's okay. That's my own fault. I do that to myself every time. Just change the battery before you start filming. It's not that hard, Kailee. So I'm pretty sure I left off with everyone's at different stages of their lives when they start this. So everyone sort of does have to make it a little bit more realistic to them, more sustainable, because again, let me just emphasize this, you are doing this for 75 days straight. Things come up, you get sick, you have just an off day, things get busy, you're out of town, you're on vacation, things come up. Like 75 days is really a long time to commit to something without a break at all, especially someone like me who isn't active. I live a very sedentary, what's the word? That sounds like a rock. I sit down a lot because I edit, so I'm not very active. It is hard to go into something like this and not have a rest day because if you're incredibly sore, you can't really give your muscles a break like that. Like, you gotta keep going. And it's 2 workouts. I'm not even used to doing 1 workout a day. I know I'm not the only one. You might be someone like that too, where you never work out. So going 2 workouts every single day for 3 months, that is a lot on your body. And to not have a rest day, I can understand why people, including me, would sort of make this challenge a little bit more sustainable to them. And to go into that, I'm going to talk about the changes I made. It's not that different. First off, if you're just curious, I started 75 hard September 21st of 2023. I didn't really tell anyone besides the one person I was kind of doing this with, an internet friend. She actually completed it. I'm very proud of her. I was supposed to finish December 4th, but I didn't. Instead of doing a 45-minute workout for both the indoor and outdoor, I did a 1-hour indoor workout and then a 30-minute outdoor one because I was doing it during a time of year when the weather was changing very drastically and it was getting dark out quicker, and I just wanted to lessen 15 minutes for outside. But I was in total still doing an hour and a half of workouts. I know I still kind of changed it a little bit, but I was still doing the same amount of workout. I was still drinking a gallon of water. The water thing is honestly one of the easiest tasks for me because I naturally drink a lot of water. Take a progress picture every day. That's easy. Take a picture. Okay. It takes 2 seconds. Read at least 10 pages of a book, of a non-fiction book. Again, fiction does not count. I read fiction. I'm actually reading Colleen Hoover right now. By the way, I'm sorry if my hair gets in the way of the mic. I'm wearing the mic today. I have not made a video with the microphone in a long time because I don't really make sit-down videos that much. The non-fiction book, I was doing that. And as far as the diet, given my situation, again, realistic, I don't really think that's realistic being that I live with my parents. My mom, thankfully, I'm very grateful that she makes me dinner every night. If I were to change my diet, she would have to change dinners. And the dinner isn't just for me. She's making dinner for her and my stepdad, and when my sister's here, her too. I can't expect her to make me a special one. I mean, I feel like when I'm a mom one day, I would probably do that. I would totally go the extra mile for my kids, but it just wasn't fair to do that for 75 days. Expect her to make me a special different meal or just buy entirely different groceries. That just wasn't realistic given my situation. So I was watching what I was eating. I was doing a calorie deficit, and I was also fasting. So that I kind of put in place of the whole diet thing, because I'm gonna be honest, I never tracked really what I was eating. I would just eat. Some days I'd eat less, some days I'd eat more, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. If I wanted to eat a whole bag of chips, I would. I'm not saying that was like the normal for me, but if I wanted ice cream, I would just scoop however much I wanted and eat it. You know, I wouldn't really pay attention to how much ice cream I was giving myself for, you know, of course I'm listing off bad foods, but I think you get the idea. I would just eat without thinking anything of it. And it doesn't help that I'm not a picky eater. I love that I'm not a picky eater, but I guess in this situation, it is kind of annoying because it's like, I'll just eat anything. And when I first started tracking my calories, I'm pretty sure I started before I actually fully started the challenge, just so I got a feel for what it was like to track them. And I did not realize how fast calories racked up, because for me, I kind of felt like I wasn't eating enough, to be honest with you. I don't eat all 3 meals every day. Pretty much the only meal I eat is dinner, and then I am getting more into eating avocado toast and stuff, so I am getting more into eating breakfast, but for the most part, I only eat 1 meal a day, and I just snack here and there. But even then, I just still felt like I wasn't eating enough, but calorie-wise, I was eating enough, because what I was eating was really high in calorie. So I wasn't really aware of, quote unquote, how much I was eating. I thought I wasn't eating enough, but I actually calorie-wise was. Like, my body didn't need as many calories as I was giving myself. So tracking it really put things into perspective for me, like how much I was overeating when I thought I was undereating. I was also trying to focus on eating more protein because, okay, so this is weird. Like, I started tracking my calories, right? And now I really felt like I was undereating because calorie-wise I was eating less, but I already felt like I was eating less to begin with. So now I really felt like I wasn't eating enough. And protein helps you feel full. My issue was I would kind of go light on my calories throughout the day, and then at night I'd be like, I'm starving. So I really needed to focus on protein during the day to keep me full during the day. Especially, I feel like a good high protein breakfast is definitely important to hold you over till dinner. I guess you don't have to have all 3 meals a day. I don't know if that's really like the norm anymore. I just have always known it to be like, oh, I'll have all 3 meals. Just more protein I was focusing on. And then fasting. I was doing fasting for years, not every day, but I would have my random times of the year where I would fast just to fast. So that wasn't really that hard for me because most of it's when you're sleeping, so that's a plus. And I had also added 2 other things, personal stuff I was adding. Do my morning and night skincare, because that was a time in my life where I was not doing my skincare and I was not consistent, so I wanted to put that in there to keep myself consistent with that, like 75 days straight, do your morning and night skincare. And then I also was taking these like not weight loss pills, but I was in a business at the time and I had these like products, so I just wanted to use those too, but I'm not in the business anymore. I left. But overall, like the other tasks I was still for the most part still doing. Oh, and the alcohol thing, I didn't even write no alcohol. I don't drink alcohol as it is, so that's easy for me. Oh, and one quick thing I'll mention just for my readers out there. If you're curious what books I read during the time I did the challenge, I read The Love Everybody Wants by Madison Pruitt Trout. Was that the only one I got through? I thought there was another one. Oh, I was finishing up my book called Sensitive that I had been reading for a while. So I finished that during 75 Hard, but I didn't read the whole thing during 75 Hard. The Love Everybody Wants, I read that fully during 75 Hard. That was a really good book. Nonfiction. And on to how far I got into the challenge. I got to day 21, so exactly 3 weeks. We're going on our walk. Day 1 of 75 Hard. Let's get it. We're doing this thing. We're doing the thing. This walk part's gonna get tricky when winter hits. Day 2 of 75 Hard. Almost 40 minutes. 75 Hard day 3, Bella's birthday walk. Day 4 of 75 Hard. It's about to rain, so we're trying to get this in. We got this. On day 1, she would not go past this dirt. Now she doesn't even flinch at it. Oh my gosh, stop it. Hi, Roxy. Look at all the daisies. On my birthday, there was a huge pile over here. I hope the huge piles, I'm getting chills again. Roxy, I hope they're like all bloomed on my birthday. Thank you for saying hi. Bella, look, Roxy's saying hi. Aw, look. Aw. Happy day 15, guys. Happy day 21. I've been like upping my water intake. I haven't had water today. I gotta get my gallon in. And just to talk a little bit about why I started, I think that's very important. The why. Definitely the big one was lose weight. I have been overweight my entire life, and it's getting to a point where I'm not even just focused on the number and like how much I weigh and all of that. I feel my weight. I feel awful. I have the lowest energy I've ever had, like year after year. I would say, and not to bring the pandemic up, but it's just, that was the timeline of it. The pandemic hit, and like ever since 2020, 2021, my weight has just gone up. One, because that was the year when I like stopped doing cheerleading and everything. That was a big part, because cheerleading was kind of keeping me not fit. I really was never fit, but less overweight than I am now. I guess you could put it like that. And just my energy downhill, fatigue downhill. I just feel uncomfortable. My hair's bothering me. Ever since I gained more weight, my hair bothers me. Like having it down, I feel claustrophobic. And I don't know if that's weight related, but I'm just bigger than I used to be. I'm out of breath easy. No way could I walk and talk anymore without being like, I can't even vacuum or like clean our house without sweating buckets. Like, it's not even just the number on the scale. I know they say don't worry about that. I really don't that much. I know the number. I don't weigh myself every day. I literally don't. I barely weigh myself. It's how I feel that's driving me insane. And I'm like, I needed to do something about it. And I heard about 75 hard, and I knew about it. I was just like, I can never do that. And then when I really started learning about it, I was like, you saying you can't do that is the whole reason why you should do it. It's supposed to challenge you, and it's not even just the physical challenge, it's the mental challenge. It's mainly a mental challenge to prove to yourself that you can do hard things. But of course, I was really focused on the physical part too. I also naturally am just looking for ways to improve myself. I love self-development. I listen to self-development podcasts. I watch a lot of self-development content, so that too. But my friend that I was talking about that I was doing this with, I saw her TikTok of her starting 75 hard, and seeing her TikTok made me feel FOMO. I was like, that's my sign. I gotta start this because she's doing it, so like we could do this together. And I reached out to her when I saw her TikTok and we started talking. I was like, I want to join with you. Obviously, I was a few days behind her, but I like rushed into it. I mean, I don't even know how many days it was, but I told her I wanted to join. It took maybe a few days. I don't know how long it was, and I like went for it. And I would not recommend that. Plan ahead, because something like this I think is really important. Like I said, a vacation, I don't know, you just have stuff that you have. It doesn't mean you can't do 75 hard if you know you're going on vacation, but you have to plan when on your vacation are you going to do your workouts. Are you going to be able to refill up your water bottle? Like, you have to plan for that. So although, you know, I've been wanting to lose weight and kind of get myself back together, seeing her TikTok was a big thing. Like, that really inspired me. And that's also what inspired me to make this video, because you never know when something you post could inspire someone else to like, oh, I want to do that. I just feel like for me, I get so overwhelmed by feeling like it's impossible for me to lose weight. I can sit here and mentally want to improve myself, but then physically it's like it feels so difficult to do that because I get out of breath so fast. My body's really sensitive to everything. Temperatures, so the second I start sweating, I'm gonna get a major headache after. Like, I feel like there's every little thing that stops me. And so when I saw this challenge, I was like, okay, so this is gonna push me to still keep going even when I get that headache, even when I'm sweating buckets and feel like I can't keep going. There's gonna be physical tasks that I can check off to keep me going. And also at the time, you know, I was doing this with a friend, so we can be like accountability partners, and I really felt like this is my chance. I got this. But again, poor planning on me. And then also things came up and I had to stop. So the reason why I had to stop doing this challenge after 21 days, so only 3 weeks, I didn't even get a month into it, there was family stuff going on. And if you've been watching a lot of my past videos, you might have heard me hint like, oh, you know, my sister's in the hospital, she's not home, she's coming back home, she's back to the hospital. Like, I started this September 21st. That's kind of ironic. I got 21 days in and started on the 21st. Anyways, October 4th, family stuff was really picking up, and hospital visits, emergency rooms. Like, I wasn't about to do a workout in the emergency room. We were there for a while. So that threw me off. The whole gallon of water. I don't think I had my water bottle with me. Good for you if you can be in the emergency room and pop out a workout. No way was I doing that. And they say, like, if you miss a day or even miss one task, like, you gotta start over. If you forget to take your progress picture one day, you gotta start over. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. That's how intense it is. But again, given the situation, I had to look at this as like, okay, I really want to do this challenge, but with everything going on, it wasn't really the best time for me to do this. I need to put my family first. I need to stop. There was already so much going on. Now I was also beating myself up. I was like, no. I know I'm not giving too many details just for the privacy of my family member. Otherwise, you'd probably understand a little bit more why it really was not the best time for me to do this. I frankly couldn't just go outside and do a workout, to put it that way. My sister really needed me, but this is not, I'm not putting blame on my sister at all. Not her fault. This is nobody's fault. It was just the situation. And I'm just learning, God said that wasn't my time to do 75 hard. That's all. I still did 3 weeks of it. I still got to get a taste of it. But if you're curious if I did lose any weight within those 3 weeks, I did. I lost 3 pounds. Not a lot, but that's average like 1 a week, which I feel like is pretty healthy, especially for me starting. Overall, how I felt, like energy-wise, I mean, it was only 3 weeks. I don't really remember like really feeling that much of a difference, other than like I know right after my workouts, and especially like my outdoor workouts, those were mainly walks. I definitely felt very energized after them, and I know that's not a shocker. You usually feel energized after a workout. I will say again, with losing 3 pounds though, I definitely noticed that I felt like I wasn't bloating as much. I wasn't feeling the queasiness in my stomach. I think the fasting helped with that, not eating right before bed. But I had my days where I for sure struggled with cravings, wanting to eat a snack right before bed, because maybe I was restricting myself calorie-wise too much early in the day, and the nighttime it caught up to me. But for the big question, am I going to do 75 hard again? Yes, I am. I am going to start this again. I really want to complete this full 75 days, and I feel like this is the perfect time to do it. Today, as I'm filming this, is April 26th, but this isn't up till May. I'm actually starting 75 hard in 2 days from filming this, so it's April 26th. I'm starting on Sunday, April 28th. I'm kind of nervous just because you never know, things still could come up. I could get the flu and be down and out. I had the flu in October. There's just no way. I don't know how anyone would still do this with the flu, because maybe it's just because I just had the flu and I'm like, wow, that knocked me out. No way would I drink a whole gallon of water with the flu, with that sore throat. Get out of bed. I'd really be calorie restricting though, because I wouldn't be eating. Anyways, it just is kind of scary because you don't get that rest day. So if anything were to come up like that, you have to keep going. So starting April 28th will make me end on July 11th. July 11th will be the 75th day. I'm excited. Like, I've been thinking about this for months. I've planned it this time. I had this plan, I think, back in January or even December. And if you're wondering, like, April 28th probably feels like such a random day. Like, why not start May 1st? Hello? To kind of decide when I start, I just asked SIRI to pick a number 1 through 30, and that was going to be the month in April that I started, because I just wanted to start in April, and she picked 28, and I was really thankful she did. I kind of was hoping she would pick a later number, because I know it rains a lot in April. Again, even if it's rainy, you still gotta go outside and do your workout. If it's thunderstorming or a blizzard, you gotta go outside and do your workout, but my body and rain don't get along. It's still gonna rain during this challenge, but like every day in April, absolutely not. So at least end of April, we're kind of getting like to the end of it, and hopefully it won't be raining as much. Finishing July 11th, I mean, I feel like that's still kind of perfect because summer's basically just starting at that point. People are out of school. Big Brother will have just started. Yeah, if you know, it's like my favorite reality show. So I'll be glued to the live feeds. I just feel like that's a good time for it to finish, honestly, and a good time to start. It won't be too hot yet. I feel like it doesn't really start getting hot until July, August. And then April, I mean, it's not freezing. I feel like this is just the perfect time. And also, it doesn't get dark out at 4 p.m. So I actually have more time in the day to plan when I'm going to do my outdoor workout, because I didn't really have much of an option in December. Or not December, in like October. I don't know if it was getting dark at like 4, but it was getting dark early. And I know some of you might want updates on my little journey, so I'm gonna be doing weekly videos. And I also want to premiere them if you'd want them premiered. Starting with the second one. I'll put the first one just up, but second one premiere. But if you are someone who would stick around and watch the premiere, I would love to have you here. I would love to have you join me on my journey. I'd be making the videos, one, to document it for myself to look back on, to encourage me to keep going. I'll kind of be like my own accountability partner, because I'm not doing this with anyone. My friend, she completed it. I'm very proud of her. Back in December, she did. December 1st, I think, is when she finished. But also to inspire you, because again, maybe you came across this video and you're wanting to start 75 hard. We could start together. But I will have already started by the time this video is up, so we wouldn't necessarily be like on the same day. Unless you happen to start April 28th too. That'd be funny. I just love watching 75 hard videos. One of my favorite YouTubers actually just posted a weekly 75 hard video yesterday. I was like, oh, what are the odds? And I can like watch her videos too, and I'll be able to provide videos as well. You know, you receive and you give too. But I think it'll be fun. I'm hoping I won't get too overwhelmed by it, like doing 75 hard and then sitting down and watching me do 75 hard. Like editing wise, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. So I don't think I have to worry about this too much if you're watching this video, but if you are someone who has been following along with me for a while and you're not really interested in this type of content, I do apologize, because it's gonna be basically my content for the next few months. There might be random videos here and there of something I want to film, or maybe someone releases an album and I react to it, but other than that, my 75 hard videos are gonna be the only ones I post for the next couple months. Until like the end of the July, I won't have a video other than 75 hard. So I would love if you stuck around and still stayed. This is only going to be temporary. 75 days, weekly videos, and then after that I'll get back to my regular other vlog type videos. But I don't want to overwhelm myself too much, especially since I have an editing job. Alyssa Howard, actually this is her merch. I'm really excited. I'm nervous that things could come up, but that's just me getting in my head, because I do that to myself. July 11th is going to come no matter what, whether I do this challenge or not. So I might as well do this challenge and let July 11th come and I actually completed this. I just want to feel better in my day-to-day life. Like, doing daily activities that people do on a day-to-day basis is so hard for me. I feel like my mind is affected by my weight, my just physical, everything. I feel like it's definitely affected by my weight. I thought I was so big in high school, probably because I was comparing myself to everyone on my cheer team and everything who was definitely a lot smaller than me. But like, I look back at how I looked in high school and I'm like, girl, I wasn't skinny, but I was less overweight than I am now. I was still overweight in high school. I was overweight in middle school. I've pretty much always been overweight. But now when I look back at my high school pictures, it's like the first time I've ever been able to look at myself in high school and not hate how I look. Which is like kind of a beautiful thing, but also a curse at the same time, because it means I'm bigger. That's just the truth of it. You just gotta admit it and be honest with yourself. I weigh more than I did in high school. I'm not as active as I used to be when I was in high school. That's just the truth of it. But at least I'm doing something about it now. And I tried in September. And one last thing, I know this video is probably long. I am gonna be incorporating Copilot into this. Some of you may have came from my Copilot video that I made last year, and so I'm gonna start that back up again. I won't be using Copilot every day, but I want to lean more towards like maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. My outdoor workouts will probably be mainly walking my dog, but also I got a bike for Christmas, so riding my bike too. And anything else I can think of. Like if I go swimming one day, that'll count. Swimming is a good workout. I'm not even going to talk anymore. Just stay tuned for the videos. I'll explain more in depth what I'm doing there, what I eat, what I'm reading, my workouts. Like, we're gonna go in depth in those videos, so stay tuned for the next video. I'm so excited to take you guys on this journey with me. July 11th cannot come soon enough. It's just a lot. 75 days with no rest. It's okay. I did 3 weeks. I can at least do 3 weeks again. At the very least, I did it before. I can do at least 3 weeks again, but then more. I love you. Thank you for making it to the end. If you did, please like this video. Subscribe. Just subscribe. Be a part of the family if you want. If you do subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you haven't already, because then you'll get notified when my 75 hard videos go up, because you'll definitely want to know in case they're not up at the time I say they will be. I will see you in my next video. I hope to see you in my next video. And until then, bye.